Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what's going on, how you doing. Mateus, what's going on? Happy Monday. We made it through the weekend. Good morning. What's going on, Rob? Drinking my coffee. So this weekend was a bit hectic. I'm starting to shed this dad bod that I've accrued after 2 kids. So started my diet this morning. So if I'm a little cranky this week, I apologize. Probably low blood sugar. Joshua, what's going on? So yeah, I mean, I spent all weekend just getting all the groceries I need. We're gonna eat right, but I'm addicted. I'm addicted to sugar. I'm addicted to caffeine. I love Shake Shack. I like Portillo's. No, it's not paleo. It's basically just kind of like a low carb diet. I'm not going crazy with all that like gluten free, paleo, all that stuff. We're just gonna cut out the bulk of it, and then we'll see how it goes. Feeling tired, just going to chill this morning. Me and the wife talking about trying fasting. So yeah, my wife's doing it as well. Fasting, I can't not eat. So, the amount of hours that I'm up and working throughout the day, I need to have some food. Otherwise, I'll probably rip someone's head off. So, let's get to the market. S&P's down 6, Dow's down 79, and NASDAQ down 16. So pretty flat. We did have some action last night where Dow actually dipped down like over 100 points at one point and then got bought back up. I was thinking about buying, but then I got scared. I was gonna buy some NASDAQ futures, but then I got scared because I'm like, you know what? I'm probably not gonna be watching the screen all night and just gonna be chilling. I didn't expect that quick of a recovery, but it would have been a nice trade to buy that dip real quick on the recovery here. But I wasn't sure if it was gonna come back up to here, if it was just kind of move back up to drop again. I didn't really want to get invested. I had a long weekend, so fasting is the best. It gets easier. Yeah, we'll see. We'll take it a step at a time. I mean, I basically, from where I've come from, I eat out all the time just because I don't have time to make food, and now I just have to. It's just gonna be a lifestyle adjustment, really. You know what I mean? If you're here right now, say what up. If you're looking to get paid, comment get paid in the chat. What's going on, Carl? If you do me a favor, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it as well. So UPS, I was looking at UPS and FedEx last week, Rob, and FedEx. 2 of the stocks that I was watching decided to have huge runs last week. So it was Boeing and FedEx. I was watching, and then it was too late. So FedEx today got another upgrade. Friday, they went up, nearly 10 points on Friday. FedEx, and what I was looking at on FedEx was kind of this 145, 147. It was starting to make its move back up to 150. It made it. I was a little bit hesitant because it dropped back down to 146. So I was thinking, okay, maybe on FedEx it'll drop back down to 145. I can move back up to 150, but never got that opportunity on FedEx on Friday because it gapped down, but it just ripped back up. So I should have probably watched it a little bit more carefully. When it turned green, probably should have bought, because you can see here, as soon as it turned green on the day, we had a $4 move on it, and then it just ripped the rest of the day. So, and I think in this market, in the market that we were in, I want to do a video on this later, but the market has definitely shifted. The market has definitely changed. We have higher volatility now than we were before. VIX is /VX right now 16, 17, 18, and we were pretty low, where basically we could just put trades on and leave them and let them work out. You know what I mean? So Carter, what's your year-to-date return right now? For January, I'm only up about $2,000 for the year. Took a bigger loss on Boeing than I wanted to, so took a $1,500 loss on Boeing. So, we're coming back up from that. So, and then I had last week I had a couple earnings losers. So, but to get into that, what I was saying is that the market has definitely shifted. The market has definitely changed. So we need to be more diligent on the stocks that we are trading. We can't just buy something and let it ride. We need to stay active. And when the market is slow, it kind of creates lazy traders. When the market is slow and just goes up every day, it creates lazy traders, because all we do is buy the dip and then we come back the next day. We take our money, and then we leave. You know what I mean? And that's about it. So, but UPS as well. So UPS got rejected. I mean, it might move with FedEx today. So it's just right after earnings. I mean, it got rejected here. I'm gonna see here. It's at what, 104 right now. Yeah, I mean, UPS does look like a good trade. We have some pretty big candles here. I guess I would want to see what it does at open once we get some volume in there. Is it going to drop back down to like the 102 area, or are we going to recover back up to 107? So that's pretty interesting that it would climb all the way up to 107 and then drop. You know what I mean? So. Other things that's moving right now, Tesla's up over $50, and it's just crazy. So they're up on the Shanghai news that the factory is reopening in Shanghai, which is obviously good. But I mean, it's pretty high up here. So I guess, I was watching this video yesterday of another trader on YouTube last night, and he lost $400,000 on Tesla last month. He had a $400,000 losing trade on Tesla last month, and I was thinking, and it was something that I wanted to do in terms of YouTube. And for Car Addict, when you ask me what my return is, what are my gains, what are my losses, and I think that one of the biggest things with Twitter and YouTube is that we don't share, people don't share their losses enough. And I think that, one of the things that I wanted to do to make a point was when I started YouTube, I said that, I'm going to show the good and the bad. And if people don't like that, if people just want to see people winning all the time, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to be gone. I don't want to do that, because it's not realistic, because every trader is going to have a red month. Every trader is going to have a red week. Every trader is going to have a red day, or even a red year. You know what I mean? So for you to not express or show your losses and not show you the trades that you did that were bad, and some of them, and I had a lot of respect for him, because he's a big trader. He lost $400,000 on Tesla. And, and the reason why he did it is because he said, it was basically because he had a lot of stuff going on. He couldn't concentrate, and that's what happens, when you're following traders. That's why you have to come up with your own trading plan, because even the best traders in the world, they're going to fail at some point in time. And it's not because they're bad at trading. It's because life gets in the way, or maybe they're depressed, or maybe they're angry, or whatever the case is. So, because when you see all these traders winning, and then you go to I'm going to go trade now. This is so easy. And then you go get your face ripped off, so, what I want to do, what this channel always wanted to be about, is just being realistic, and that way that what to expect. You're going to have good months, you're going to have bad months, you're going to have bad weeks, you're going to have good weeks, you're going to have great weeks, So, thoughts on climate change? Well, I know that it's another gloomy day in the shy here. We've had 3 sunny days now, maybe 4 sunny days in 2020. All right, let's look at Apple and Roku. Apple Ooh, 315. So right now it's at 3. I wasn't expecting a drop like that on Apple. Apple right now is at 315. So I want to see if this comes back down to 300 area. Pretty interesting. I think they're being impacted by the coronavirus. Roku. I think Roku's still in channel, right? Roku's still Roku's still channeling down. Going into this week, just to give you guys a heads up, one thing I want to cover real quick is look at this picture they used for Elon Musk real quick. Come on, why do they gotta do him like that? I logged on CNBC this morning and I saw this picture and I was just like, man. Why do they gotta do it like that? Why do they gotta do him like that? You know, he got a kid on the way. You gonna do him like that? Anyways, shares Tesla climb back above 800. Reason is positive news from China after the Shanghai municipal government said it would help companies like Tesla resume production as soon as possible. The stock's while speculative trading looks to continue. So it's his chart pattern. That's a good one. Clinton, I hope you're all right. Oh man. But this week we have some reports coming up. We have nothing today, but this week we have the Small Business Index, job openings, Jerome Powell testimony on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Household debt tomorrow as well. We're going to have the federal budget on Wednesday. Jobless claims Thursday. CPI as usual. Retail sales. Industrial production on Friday. But earnings, we do have a pretty big earnings week. Obviously, we're going to look at Alibaba, Roku, Nvidia. I mean, I'm not going to trade Roku this week until after earnings, possibly for earnings. I don't think I'm going to trade for earnings actually. Roku, in my opinion, is probably the I don't know which way it's going to go. And I think it's going to swing. It's going to swing. Like if we look at Roku's chart right now, I think Roku, what's the expected move on this thing? So the expected move is $17 right now, plus or minus. And I really think it could go back to 140, 150 or to 100, you know. I don't know which way it's going to go. So I'm probably not going to trade it. What do I think of climate change, though? I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. I don't know. I'm not really into that world. I mean, I do think that like carbon emissions and all that stuff we need to do better, but I don't know. I mean, I know like in Antarctica was 65 over the weekend and stuff like that, but I don't really know. I don't know in terms of what long-lasting impact that has, and I don't know, I don't know the data from the millions of years that the Earth has been here. Does that just happen every few million years, or does it? I don't know. So I don't really. I try to just to live day by day. I know that we have to do what we need to do. I mean, I recycle. I do the best I can, but at the end of the day, we'd have to figure out what to do as a country. I do know that the UK is banning the sale of electric cars by 2035, which is pretty big. I don't know if the US will do something that bold. We have too much money invested. The US has too much money invested. The US has too many lobbyists. I mean, it's gonna be hard to come off oil like that. And I think that we do know that the U.S. government's not they put the dollar first before they put environmental, unless people are getting sick and stuff like that. AMD. So AMD is down a little bit right now. Yeah, for me, so what I'm going to be doing today at Open, I'm probably just gonna be taking it easy, kind of looking at what's gonna happen because we had such a rough day on Friday. You know, in terms of the market, most of the market came down a little bit. I mean, this AMD didn't really come down on Friday. This overall stock market did. Let's see here. SPY dropped a little bit, but I mean, we're still. The question is, are we going to top out, or are we going to come back down? Yeah, Rob. When we had negative 60 degrees in Chicago last year, I didn't want to hear anything about global warming. I was dying. I was dying. Yeah, I mean, that was rough. You couldn't even go outside. That was the coldest I ever felt my whole life. Negative 50, negative 60. I just remember everything was ice for like 3 months. So bad. So Tobin, it says AMD. So AMD had earnings on. AMD had earnings in January, so they're not going to have. You know, right now it's set for April 28th. So. Well, that snow in PA this weekend says not. Yeah, we had snow, but it was barely anything. It was just wet. We had a little bit of snow. We were supposed to get like 5 inches, but we only got like 1. Maybe not even 1. You guys just get wind. Now the reason why Chicago is called the Windy City is due to politics, not because of the wind. But it is windy here. Yo, Lucas, what's going on? If you're just joining, say word up. What's going on? We have Lyft. I'm also interested in Lyft tomorrow. So Uber did very well. Lyft is tomorrow after closed. Uber did well, which made Lyft pretty much skyrocket. So, however, I mean, I do like this chart for going long. I mean, it has a very stable base here. And it looks like it's about to break out. So we're at 50 right now. So it's above 50 right now. So it looks like it wants to break out. However, Uber and Lyft, I did notice, like in terms of the revenue streams, are very different because Uber has Uber Eats, Lyft does not. So Uber Eats is a key driver in their business, and Lyft does not have that. So if I was just gonna close my eyes and do a trade on Lyft right now, look at the chart, I would probably just go long. You taking out your remaining $10 from Tesla? Yeah, I did a Tesla. I bought a 400 Tesla YOLO play, and it's down. Max lost probably. I just can't believe Tesla just is moving up that much. Teva earnings this week as well, so this is gonna be really interesting for Teva earnings, because they finally had a breakout. Took them months, but they had a breakout here above 11. It's pushing up to 12, and this probably has a lot to do with it being pre-earnings. We got to be paying more attention to stocks before the earnings happen, because you're going to get a lot of movement like this, which I caught on Disney. Made quite a bit of money on Disney when we had the pre-earnings movement, and you can make a lot of money just trading the pre-earnings movement on stocks. However, that usually only works during earnings season. So when there's not earnings season, you have to figure out what to do, or just do nothing. I mean, that's fine too. But had this massive breakout. So the question is, for earnings, is it going to be good? I don't know. So right now the expected move is $1.50. I definitely think it's going to move more than $1.50. I think it's going to move $2 to $3, maybe $2 to $4 possibly. I'm thinking this is going to come down to $10 or go to 14 or 15. If it has good earnings, it might go up to 15, just to be honest with you. So, man, what's going on? So, Teva, I do like the trade. I do have stock I've been holding from the 730s is my average right now. So I bought them on this ramp up in here. I think back in October. So I bought right down in here. So we're up a bit. I was thinking about selling calls against my position, but I don't think I'm going to right now. I don't think I'm going to right now. I think that it's underpriced in the expected move. Should I give you my let's give me a watch list. Let's see what's going on. Shopify earnings on a Wednesday morning as well. Shopify is going to be pretty big. The expected move is $46 on Shopify. So if you got the stomach for it, this is they last quarter they were 300. This quarter they're 500. So big difference. So this one's going to move a lot because it moved so much in the last quarter. mRNA. Man, we're watching FedEx as well. We were talking about FedEx earlier. Moderna. Yep. So it's at 23.70 right now. So if this can push up above here, it really needs to break this like 23.50 area and push up higher, Rob. But yeah, FedEx. What I'm looking at, man, on FedEx is it to right now we're at 158. You know, if we can come back down a little bit, because I'm a little bit worried that like 163 area, 165 area might get rejected. So we'll see what happens. Alibaba's earnings this week as well. So Alibaba is going to be pretty big. You know, the implied volatility has kicked up. The range has been kicking up. I haven't been playing Strangles, but I'm probably going to. If it keeps up this wide range, this is a good range for Alibaba Strangles. You could easily make 50 to 100% on Alibaba Strangles when it's like this. So I'm looking for a little IV crush after earnings, and then I can put on some Strangles onto Alibaba. And then we got NVIDIA. NVIDIA this week as well. NVIDIA is going to be good. And the thing with Alibaba and NVIDIA is going to be heavily impacted by what happens with their China numbers. So their guidance, I don't know what their guidance is going to be due to the coronavirus. I do know that the death toll's up over 800 now. And I think infected there's 37,000. And what else was there? However, recovered, like 3,000 people have recovered. I did learn the people in Chicago that had coronavirus, so it was the wife got it, and then the husband got it, and it was like the first human-to-human virus transaction from in the U.S. happened. But I did learn that those patients, obviously they didn't talk about it in the media, those patients did make a full recovery and are released now. I'm still not going to the local grocery store over here. I'm going further out because I don't know which grocery store they go to, but they're close to me. So I'm staying away. So I do know, of course, the media. I do know they made a full recovery, and they have. So I don't know what the procedure is if someone in the U.S. gets coronavirus, but so far no one in the U.S. has died from coronavirus, and it looks like it's not like actively spreading unless they're just not talking about it. I don't know. But I do know that the patients that were in the hospital here in Chicago, I can't say about elsewhere, but the patients that were here in Chicago made a full recovery and have been released. And I don't know what the difference is in the treatment that we have here versus in China. I mean, I do know that in China they had to construct the new hospital in 10 days because they didn't have enough room for people. So I don't know. Maybe they just have. The overflow was too much and just spread too quick. I don't know. But something happened there, like at ground zero there in Wuhan, that I don't think we'll ever understand. Something happened there where it just spread to so many people so quickly that, you know. But I do know those people did make a full recovery and have a release, which is hopeful. So, you know, in terms of if you're in the U.S., I don't know about China right now, but if you're in the U.S. and you do get coronavirus, it seems like the likelihood you'll come out alive is pretty good. Now, the likelihood that if you're in Wuhan or in China, I don't, probably not. Right now, the fatality rate is a little bit high. Might see some more this week here. Yeah, I mean, we might see some more, but The good news is what I'm hopeful for is that they're treating them correctly, getting them to recover. So let's say you do get coronavirus, there's nothing you can do about that. Let's say you get coronavirus, nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is what the treatment is what you can rely on. So if I do get coronavirus, guys, I'm going to that hospital. I'm going because those people got released. I mean, hopefully not, but let's see here. You have the SQQQ calls. Just taking a beating. I mean, but I mean that's to be expected. The lowers, but it was looking to go single digits. So the question is it going to reverse here? I don't know. If you're looking at, obviously if you're looking at NASDAQ or NDX, you can pull up. I don't know. Do you guys trade NASDAQ futures or NDX or anything like that? The trend is. I once contracted the Heineken hives. The trend is still intact. So I mean, now that we got a little bit of pullback, the problem is with a little bit of pullback, shorts try to short that weakness, and then they get their faces ripped off. So we got to be careful. All right, we got like 3 minutes until market open. Let's see what else is going on this week. Cisco has earnings this week. NASDAQ got a double top. Yeah, but at all-time highs here, a double top is not the same, in my opinion. A double top is not the same at all-time highs because it could sit here for a while and then decide to break out. The Russell, like if you look at IWM, the Russell's a bit different because now you have a descending pattern versus like NASDAQ, it's just chilling here. I mean, down a little bit, but the Russell has been lagging behind in general for the last year and a half. The Russell has not been on pace with the S&P, the Dow, or the NASDAQ for quite some time. And then it was playing some catch up here, and it was trying to move with the market, but now it's getting stalled out. So, yeah, small caps are still having trouble. Yo, Chewy, what's going on? Down to 1.8 now, down. Whew. You know what? Gas around here was like 220 this weekend. It's crazy, and the thing is, I wonder the lower that gas goes, what's it gonna do to like stocks like Tesla and stuff? If gas is cheap, like if gas goes sub $2, like if it goes crazy, like gas goes to like a 175 or something like that, are you gonna be like, what kind of car are you gonna buy? You know what I mean? Would you feel comfortable? And that was like back in like the 2000s when everyone was driving a Hummer and all that. And then remember when gas went to like $6 a gallon, and everyone went bankrupt, and they crashed their Hummers into walls and collected the insurance money and got some cheaper. It's just crazy that they would allow the gas, the oil. I mean, went up to like $6. I remember I was broke when it was like, when gas, it was bad. Gas was like $6. Nothing worse than being super broke and gas being like $5-6 a gallon. You know what I mean? And now that I have more money than I ever did my whole life, gas is the cheapest. Go figure, right? I don't know. I mean, I'm not complaining that gas is cheap, but I wonder how that's going to affect the EV sales. Clinton 199, North Carolina. Nice. All right, market just opened up here. NASDAQ popping up. So we have S&P's down 6, which we got SPY. SPY's down a little bit. Apple's trying to move back up. Roku's trying to move up. Roku actually may run this week up until Thursday, but we'll see. And Tesla's currently holding. Interesting. So I was driving around on my Mustang selling Kirby's when gas was $5. Yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. He's like, you couldn't afford to even go to work. That's how bad it was. It was like, couldn't even afford to go to work. I mean, it was ridiculous. So, anyways, guys, I'll be hanging out on Discord. I'll be here all day. You guys go get paid. I'm going to work on getting paid as well. So, stay safe. Stay green. It's us versus herd.